Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Becoming Cleo. I'm so excited that you're here. Today I want to talk about trying new things, putting yourself out there, and pivoting. So let's get right into it. So I believe that part of the beauty of life is trying new things, figuring it out, and seeing what sticks. Not even just that, but going with the flow and trying to figure out what season it is that you're in for this particular thing. What I mean by that is I like to look at life in seasons. We have our slow seasons, our busy seasons, our seasons for planting, and also our seasons for watching things blossom and watching things grow. And maybe we're not meant to do something forever, but maybe we're only meant to do this one thing in this particular season. For me, I have a lot of different things that I like to do. I'm a multi-passionate person, a multi-hyphenate, if you will. And sometimes there are just certain things for me that are in season. Like, for example, I'll have a season where I'm just really into drawing, and then another season where I'm really into digital art. It just depends on how I'm feeling in the flow of that season. And if you're a multi-passionate person, I'm pretty sure you can relate to this because it feels like you want to do everything, but then sometimes it's just not the right time to do it. And for me, especially when I was younger, I have always felt like I had to choose one thing, pick one career, and then stick with that forever. I know that if you're a millennial like me, or if you're a Gen Z, then you can probably relate to this because maybe you saw your parents in their one career and kind of just doing that until they retired. Also, I feel like that approach to careers was also kind of encouraged. I did feel compelled to pick one thing, but I don't think that I was actually picking one thing like that. I remember as young as like 6th grade when we had career day and we had to dress up as like the career professional that we wanted to be. I remember in 6th grade, I wanted to be an actress. By 7th grade, I wanted to be like a lawyer. By 8th grade, I wanted to be a doctor. And then honestly, that went on and on and on for career day, even up until 12th grade. Fun fact is that my high school yearbook actually says that I'm going to be a criminal prosecutor when I grow up. And that is 100% because I loved Law and Order, and I had always loved criminal prosecutors on the show, not because I actually had a passion for the law. I actually wanted to do that. So each and every year, my career path changed, and by the time it was meant for me to go to college, I found myself back in that exact same situation to pick one major and then kind of just like figure it out from there. So when I got to college, I actually was studying criminal justice because, like I said, I was trying to be a criminal prosecutor. But by the time sophomore year came around, I then switched to psychology. The thinking with that is that I wanted to use my psychology degree to learn how to better understand people so I can learn how to write better, because I really, truly just wanted to be a writer. But I felt like I had to pick something practical. And then by junior year, I switched to television and film production. And then by senior year, I was ready to switch again to English and African American studies. I had switched. I would probably still be in college right now. So I toughed it out and ended up getting a bachelor's degree from Howard University in TV and film production. And after I graduated college, I decided that I didn't want to do TV and film production. I was really more into writing a book and having that adapted into a movie. So I didn't think that I necessarily had to pursue TV and film. So when I graduated, I was trying to figure out what exactly is it that I should do. And I was looking for all these different jobs. And thankfully, I had actually had 2 social media internships in college that allowed me to get my first job out of college as a social media manager. So that was pretty cool and I really enjoyed that. It was work from home and you only had to go into the office once a week. But unfortunately, like 4 months into the job, mind you, this is my first job post-grad. 4 months into the job, I ended up getting fired. And so I started looking for another job, but I really couldn't find anything, at least not something that I felt like I would enjoy. I ended up just starting my own business out of the like necessity to make money, but also to want to do something in the social media field. I started as a freelance social media manager and I got a few clients with that and I began working in that field. While working in that field, I also had another job as a assistant web designer for a real estate company. So I thought that that was pretty fun too. And then eventually I was just like, this isn't the season for me anymore to do social media management. So I stopped doing that part of my business and then I pivoted to brand and web design business, which was actually really aligned because as I was pivoting into that, I was actually working as a web designer for a real estate company. So I think that that kind of helped me to get to the next thing and to figure out what it is that I really wanted to do. Now, fast forward to that, I ended up doing branded web for I think about 3 years, and I really did enjoy that, and I still do enjoy that. But I feel like this is not the season that I meant to pursue that right now. So after I did brand and web design, this is like, I have so many different like, and after that, after that, and after that. But anyway, after I stopped doing brand and web design, one for the company and also for myself, because when I did it, it was freelance. I went the more traditional route and I started working as a virtual assistant. And then after that, I became a virtual executive assistant. And that's kind of like the field that I've been in right now. And then I'm also doing content creation too. So I say all that to say, like, I've pivoted so many different times throughout college, trying to figure out my major and just figuring that out. But two, also after graduating college, it's been 5 years since then. I feel like I've done so many different things. Honestly, I feel like everything is full circle. I wouldn't have been able to do this thing without that thing. What I mean by that is, in order for me to actually be on YouTube and creating this video and to be talking to you, I had to have done my brand and web design business, because that was actually the first time where I had to show up on video, where I had to talk to an audience and really like get to know people on the internet. So without that experience, I'm not sure that I would have been making a YouTube right now, or maybe it would have just taken me longer because I didn't have that experience. I do think that everything is connected in its own way, and we may not have the reasoning or the explanation in the moment, but later I feel like you can see the bigger picture and you can see the full circle if you look for like the interconnectedness of it all. One thing I can say about me is that I am not afraid to be seen trying, and you also should not be afraid to be seen trying. There's literally so many different opportunities out there today, right now, and you can literally make your own career, you can make your own job. It really just is abundant right now. So if you are afraid to pivot or to try something new or to start fresh or to start over, I encourage you to just give it a go and to just try it anyway. That being said, through all of my different pivots and career changes, I've learned quite a few things throughout this journey, throughout this process, that I want to share with you all. So now I'm going to get into that. First thing is, the possibilities are endless. Now, especially like in 2023 and this upcoming 2024 and beyond, there are so many different opportunities out there for you. This is really the time and the space, especially in this digital realm, to kind of play around and figure out what it is that you want to do. I think people are making careers and jobs out of anything, y'all. There's a niche for everybody, and honestly, you never really know what people are interested in. A little fun fact is, one of the types of videos that I really like watching on TikTok and even on Facebook, there's this guy, maybe y'all seen him, but he literally finds like really old and dirty pieces of carpet or rugs. He just cleans them, and he cleans them like, the video was probably like 2 minutes of him just cleaning the rug, getting it back to its original shape, form, color, and things like that. And I just really enjoy watching those videos. Then another example is that you also have those people that are just really into pimple popping videos. Not my thing, but there are folks who love that. There's people that are into like cleaning videos. There's literally something for everybody on whatever corner of the internet that you find yourself up on. So all the possibilities are endless. You just really have to put yourself out there and then have your people find you, and then also find your people as well. What I really learned throughout this is that anything you can even dream of or imagine, no matter how wild you think it is possible for you. The second thing is, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. I heard this quote a few years ago from one of the business coaches that I used to work with, and I really do agree with it. I feel like if you could see it in your mind and you could see that vision for yourself, then you can really help that come true for you and come true in your life. A lot of it really is just believing that you can do something, putting your best foot forward, putting the effort, being consistent, having the faith. A lot of it really just comes down to that. I really just want y'all to go hard and believing in yourself when it comes to not even just 2024, because I don't want you to start believing in yourself in this new year. I want you to start believing in yourself today. I want you to sit down and make the conscious decision that you know that you can do this, you can achieve whatever it is that you put your mind to. Start today with believing in yourself and building up that confidence, so that by the time it's this time next year, you feel confident, you feel motivated, and you feel like you can continue on this journey. So start believing in yourself today. A lot of it really does come down to, if you think you can, then you can. So start believing in yourself, start putting yourself out there and just showing up however it is that you want to show up, so that in 2024 you could be like, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad that I started. The third thing that I learned within this journey is how to be adaptable and how to pivot. This is one of the most important things that I'm going to list out today. And I think that's just because as we see this evolution and this shift within technology, within content creation, within AI, within ChatGPT, a lot of things are changing in the approach to how you did something before, not necessarily the approach of how you're going to do something now. So if you're able to read the data and look at the bigger picture and figure out how you can fit in within this new approach and new way of doing things, then you'll always be able to stay relevant. And also how to shift within like the current times. Read the data, assess your skills, and figure out how you can adapt and pivot into this new transformative way. The fourth thing that I learned is to go with the flow and to know and understand that you don't always have to have it all figured out. When I first started my business as a social media manager and then as a brand and web designer, I really didn't know what I was doing. And even with content creation, I feel like since I've been doing this for a while, I'm starting to know what I'm doing. But even then, there's no specific blueprint or guideline for success. It's really just, at least for me, about a lot of trial and error. So I had to learn how to go with the flow and be uncomfortable with the unknown. And although I have goals and I have plans for this content creation journey, I don't exactly know where it's going to take me. And then I also don't know what to expect. I feel like the nature of content creation is just a little bit unpredictable because, like I said, there's no set standard, there's no set guide. It really is just anything goes. So even though that's kind of like scary for some people, myself included, to be doing things and not really knowing where you're going to land, I feel like I've learned to be comfortable with that because I've had all those different experiences where I didn't know what I was doing, but yet I was showing up and doing things anyway because I just trusted and I felt that things were going to work out in my favor regardless. I urge you to embrace the journey of the unknown, because sometimes I feel like we try to see this end goal that we set for ourselves, and maybe this end goal is like a smaller scale version of what we actually are capable. Maybe there's like this huge scale end goal that we didn't even think about because we're so set on the small goal. I think if you're open to receive and then you're open to the opportunities, that it'll just guide you and lead you, and things will eventually unfold in real time. It just may take some time to unfold and for you to also make sense of like how it's unfolding before your eyes. With the flow and figuring it out along the way is 100% scary. You're absolutely right about that, but it's also 100% rewarding as well. And the fifth and final thing that I learned from pivoting and trying new things is to show up and to start before you're ready. If I waited for me to feel like I was ready, I probably would have never started. I don't know that I felt like I was ever ready to do something. And I feel like this idea of waiting for the right moment or waiting until you're ready, I genuinely feel like it does not exist. I'm a firm believer in starting before you're ready because I feel like that's essentially what's going to help you get ready. Especially when you're showing up and you're figuring it out and you're learning as you go. I feel like you learning as you go and taking in all of this knowledge and information, everything that you learn through trial and error is essentially the thing that's going to help you to feel ready. For example, when it comes to content creation, I have been posting content on the internet since 2021, and I pretty much started right when like the first rollout of Reels started. And I did not feel ready to start with doing Reels at all. I didn't feel ready to show my face on camera. I decided to do it anyway because I felt like, one, this is what Instagram was pushing, and two, I felt like it would be something cool to explore. So in me doing this since 2021 and pushing out different types of content creation within the span of almost 4 years now, I actually only now am I feeling like I'm actually ready or that I'm actually in the right moment. And I think that that's because over the years, I've had trial and error. I've made mistakes. I've learned a lot along the way that I've actually been building up confidence little by little to finally get to this point. But I feel like a lot of that readiness feeling is going to come with confidence, especially after you've done something and then you saw the results of that thing and then you continue to do it and you continue to move forward. 5 different things that I learned on my journey to really just figuring it out, and on my journey to not being afraid to be seen trying. And I want you to keep in mind that for a lot of us, especially creative people who are carving out our own lane, our own path, and doing something that we haven't seen done before by people that we know in our lives, is that A lot of us are really just figuring it out because, like I said, there's no blueprint, there's no path, there's no roadmap that's going to tell you, like, if you follow 1, 2, and 3, then you're going to be successful. Like, of course, there are people that are going to put out information like this is how to be successful, but sometimes, like, even within that information, though valid, may not be your road to success. It may not be how you're going to get to your path. So I just want you to remember that a lot of us are just figuring it out, creating our own roadmap, and kind of just doing the thing as we go along. So in sharing my story of how I've been pivoting and trying new things and putting myself out there, I hope that you're able to see that you're not alone on this journey. And I hope that you're able to see that you can try new things and be successful and show up for yourself. So I really do hope that me sharing that with you all was helpful to you on this journey, as well as me sharing those 5 different things that I've learned throughout this process. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to follow me across all socials at Becoming Cleo. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.